Hey everyone, so I'm back again with another video. This time around I have some retro video game pickups. I have one PC game I wanted to show you guys first, and then I have a PS1 lot that I got a few days back. Yep, just let's get right into it. So the first game, as I said, is a PC game. I don't usually buy PC games unless there's something interesting or something I really want to play. And if there is a Mac version of it as well, I prefer to get that. This one was actually a PC slash Mac version of this game. It's Ages of Mist. It's Mist and Riven in one set. It has all the discs inside. I was really happy to find this in great condition. It even has both the manuals for the games inside there as well. And the box isn't in that bad of a condition either. I again don't usually buy computer games, but if there's something that sort of piques my interest, I have to go ahead and grab it. And it was only $3.99, and I had 30% off on this as well. Next up, the PS1 lot. I'm going to start out by saying that it came with a system, 3 controllers, and then a stack of games. Everything was in as is condition. The guy wanted just $20 for everything, and I decided to go for it. I mostly went for it because there was one game specifically in this lot that I was interested in, as well as some controllers, and then there were some other things just tossed in that I didn't really understand about. Anyways, the system that was included was just a standard regular PS1, not a PS1 Slim or anything like that. And I went ahead and traded that right away for trade credit at a used video game store, along with one of the controllers. It was just the DualShock Gray controller. So I went ahead and traded that away, but I kept these 2 other controllers, even though I already have these 2 controllers. Um, I decided I wanted to keep these anyways. So the first one is a red PS1 DualShock controller, and the other one is a clear, see-through, I guess, uh, DualShock controller. The crazy thing about this, though, is the wire is sort of frayed here. So what I might do is just replace the shell from this with the insides of another controller, because I really do like this clear plastic look. Also included were a couple of random cables. This one here, from what I understand, I think it's a VGA to S video cable. I don't know why that was included. There was also a VGA cable, and this, I have no idea what this is. I think an audio or a video cable of some kind. Not entirely sure. It just goes from this to that, and it's the exact same thing. So let's just get these out of the way, and let's get into the games. Now, these weren't in the best of condition, but so far they seem to all be playable, especially the one that I really wanted is playable and is in complete condition, so that's definitely a plus. So let's just get right into the games. I put them in alphabetical order. Um, so yeah, let's get to it. The first game here is Too Extreme. Nothing really special about this, just a snowboarding game. That's all I can really say about it. Next up is Kart World Series. Uh, Formula One kind of game. Not good, not bad. The next game, I'm actually going to keep it to the end because it's the game that I was the most excited to get. Next up is Family Game Pack. It's a 3DO game, but it's just a whole bunch of sort of a card game, casino games. So it's kind of interesting that they called it Family Game Pack because it promotes gambling and stuff like that. Next up is Gran Turismo. Now this one here is kind of falling apart, but it had everything inside, including the manual. I was really happy about that. Not to say that I really care for Gran Turismo, but I really wanted to have the first game in the series as well. Next up is a kind of a complicated story. Well, actually, it's not really that complicated. Uh, the guy had one disc for Gran Turismo 2. I had the other disc from before. I had arcade mode, and he had simulation mode, and he also had the manual for the game, but he had the greatest hits manual for it. So now I have a sort of Frankenstein copy of Gran Turismo 2, but at least I have a somewhat complete copy of Gran Turismo 2. Next is Jet Moto 3, some kind of motorcycle wrestling motorcycle racing game. Don't really know much about it. I have one of the other games in the series, but I haven't really gotten around to playing it. Next up is NASCAR 2000. I'm probably never going to play that, and I can't even get rid of it because it's in pretty bad condition, and nobody would even take that for $1. Next up is a game that I wish I actually had the Dreamcast version of it, and that it was complete, but at least I have this version of it. Star Wars Episode 1 Jedi Power Battles. Disc only with the back art on there, but it works just fine. Just the controls are kind of weird, and it's kind of bothersome at points. Another EA Sports game that I really don't care about, but I have it here anyways. EA Sports Supercross 2000. Next up is a game that was sadly incomplete. It's Syphon Filter 2. Now, for the PS1, I have Syphon Filter 1 and Syphon Filter 3, and I thought I had 2, to be honest, but I didn't. And not only am I missing the manual for this, but also I was missing the first disc for this game. It only had disc 2 in it, so that's kind of cruddy, but hopefully I can either figure out what to do with this or find disc 1 on its own. Next up were 2 disc-only games. The first one here is Twisted Metal 3. I already have 3 copies of this game. This one was the most scratched out of all my copies of Twisted Metal 3, so I'm probably just going to try to get rid of that. Probably sell it for like $1 or something if anybody would want it at that price. And the other loose disc was Pizza Hut, and it's disc 2. If anybody knows anything about this specific disc, please let me know. All I can figure out on my own is that it was probably some kind of a promotion that Sony had with Pizza Hut, but I wonder if this is something that actually came packaged in a game. Like, I'm just trying to figure out why it's disc 2 and not disc 1, or did they just have 2 promotional discs for Pizza Hut? I'm not entirely sure, but it has a couple of demos on there. Nothing too interesting, just like a Tetris game and some other generic stuff. But I thought I'd keep that anyways. And then the last thing is just a mess, to be honest. It's a copy of Driver 2, but it has just the back side of Driver 2 and the back side of NHL Face Off 99 on it. It doesn't have the front cover of it, and disc 1, I believe it is, yeah, disc 1 was too damaged to be read, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but disc 2 was playable. I actually already own this game, so I didn't really need it. and I just really don't know what I'm gonna do with this. I'm probably just gonna offer it along something else that I try to sell or try to trade in. Let's get over that and just put it to the side and get to the main reason that I decided to go ahead and buy this lot of PS1 stuff for $20. Other than the fact that it was $20 and I was pretty much guaranteed to be able to get $20 back on just the PS1 on its own, I ended up getting only $15 for it, but $15 is better than nothing. The reason why I got this specifically for this one game, and I was happy that it was in as good condition as it was, considering the rest of the stuff. Uh, don't get me wrong, it's still pretty scratched, but it's much better than the rest of the games. It's Digimon World. I'm really happy to add another Digimon game to my collection, as these are really hard to get for a fair price. This one here pretty much equaled out to um, about $1. If you consider the PS1 system itself with the controllers costing 10 out of the $20, and then there being approximately 10 games here as well, that pretty much made it $1 if you can work out the math like that. But yeah, I'm really happy to add this to my collection. Sad thing though is that I played the game, well, I started to play the game, and I am just slightly disappointed. For some reason, they have you naming your Digimon, and you can only save the game whenever your Digimon feels like sleeping. So that's kind of disappointing, but I'm still happy to add it to my collection, and hopefully I can add Digimon World 2 and 3 to my PS1 collection sometime soon as well. As always, leave comments in the comment section below. Anything you'd like to say, comments, questions, suggestions, ideas, anything at all, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Check out my Facebook, Twitter, website. They're all linked in the description below. And if you're interested and you have the time, check out my 300 subscribers contest. The video is on my channel. I'll put it in the description below as well. Just check it out, and if you're interested, enter the contest and you might possibly win. And I think that's about all. I don't think there's anything else left, so let's just cut it off here. See ya.